It's special. And until you become really a part of it, you really don't understand what it is. But I've had a lot of coaches I've hired that have come in from surrounding towns, and they get here and they say, we always heard that Celina was special, but we always thought it was just something they say. And then we got here and then we realized how special it is.
The culture here is awesome. That Celina is a very storied city. Particularly with their football program, what they've been able to achieve here, is something special. And to be able to come and do this also with the soccer program, to put the soccer program on the map, I think further instills what Celina is all about. To be able to come here and compete for state championships on a year-by-year basis, really in every program. The overall culture here, this is definitely a winning culture, and I think what Coach Elliott's done, obviously with the football program, but just building a coaching staff that has been able to come here and have success in other sports, I think speaks to volumes of what he's about.
Our girls soccer team just won state for the 3rd consecutive year. So there's some big things going on there. Our football team is always extremely competitive. Here recently, our baseball team, we've been doing really well. Our band has won the state competition this past fall. Our cheerleaders won the state competition. I think there's multiple sports that you can go to and you can look at and say, hey, there's a blanket of excellence over the entire program.
The town of Celina expects to win. They expect to win a state championship every year. That is the expectation. And is it realistic? Well, probably not. You're never going to always win a state championship every year. I think you ought to strive for it, and it's always possible. And I would hate to work any place else where that expectation wasn't that way. I would hate to be in a community where they just hope to win a few games or maybe get in the playoffs. Having that expectation, that pressure, to me, makes us better. It makes us work harder, makes our kids work harder, because that's what's expected of you. It's the greatest town in America. That's the way I look at it. It is. The support, the love, the faith, everything that they provide for our kids in our school district is phenomenal. And what they do, I don't know, there's some great communities, great places out there, and I'm not taking anything from them, but this place, I know how special it is and what they do for our kids, for our teachers, for our coaches. The atmosphere that they're put into is very special. That's why we've got such a special program across the board. Why not just athletics, but our band won state, our cheerleaders won state. Everything that we do, we have great success at because the community supports our kids and loves them and gives them those opportunities and the tools they need to get things done.
We're investing in people. That's when I got hired to here, that was what I told the parents, is this isn't about winning. If we invest in, if we develop people, winning will take care of itself, because then these kids are going to be just as excited to come to work as I am.
Winning is a byproduct, and winning is important. We want to win. That's why we play sports. That's why we compete. But it's not the bottom line. Everybody always asks me, you got to have a good team this year. I said, I'll know in 10 years. I'll know in 10 years if we've had a good football team. Because when those guys come back and I see the kind of men they are, that's when I know we were successful and we did something we were supposed to do. This was a farming community. There was no stoplights. There was a flashing yellow light down in town, down there by the old school. It was just a very small community, had 150 kids in high school, maybe 1,600 people in the town. That growth that's come over time has been a change. We were downtown at an old stadium down there that had been there since the, like 1930, 1940, that stadium was built downtown. And we had advanced that stadium and it had been improved over the years, but our locker rooms down there were built by our booster club. Our locker rooms in the old locker room down there had chicken wire. They were plywood and chicken wire. That's what the lockers were made out of. And then they come up to us and say, here, you got $38 million, move up here to where the new high school is. And so we were able to come up here and build this facility, which is just unbelievable.
But it's a complete buy-in from the community. The community voted for these facilities to be built. And they have a rich tradition, and they're very proud to be Celina Bobcats. So the facilities are top-notch. When these facilities were first built, in the size of school that Celina High School was probably the nicest facilities in the state of Texas for a high school of that size.
Had a great relationship with Field Turf for probably over 20 years. Play on the classics, what we have on our indoor and on the game field. We have it at our junior high. It's what we had downtown. I love that turf. Having that field, it just feels better. It feels different the way it plays. We have very few injuries on this field, and so you want that for your kids.
I've noticed a distinct difference in the way that our baseball field plays compared to maybe some of the other turf fields. Our field plays as close to as it can be to a natural surface pristine field that we've played on. We also have elements of the warning track to where when the kids run, they can feel a difference on their feet. The main thing that I like about how our turf plays is it's firm, the ball stays down, the hops are more true.
So this is our banquet room, or our team meeting room. All of our teams from all the sports have meals in here, meetings. It also overlooks the football field. When we have football games going on, we always have groups in here. Normally the coaches' families are in here. There's 100 lockers in here. It has access straight out onto the field. It also has full video and audio capabilities. The athletic training room where our athletic trainers work. We have full modality capabilities in here, including ultrasound. We staff 3 full-time athletic trainers. So this is our 120-seat film room. We're able to split this room in half so we can have offense and defense, or 2 different teams in here meeting.
We're so blessed to have what we have in this facility. There's not too many places like this across the nation when it comes to a high school program.